Today I want to talk to y'all about change. Nothing in life really is scarier than change, and nothing in life creates more havoc and more problems than the failure to understand and see when change is necessary, and even worse, the inability or the understanding of how to change. I spent the last 4 years of my life really, well, before that, in a very down place. My life required change, and I didn't see it, I didn't understand it, I didn't know how to do it, let alone maintain it. And I've spent the last 4 years really developing a mindset, an attitude, a perspective, and even more importantly, a philosophy. And I have found that those four keys are really the most important parts of change. And I find myself wondering why people make such bad life decisions. Why can't people just change? And then I look at my past. And I understand that not everybody has that ability. Not everybody's been taught to make good decisions. Not everybody's been taught how to change. So I'm just going to post some videos on here of my life experiences over the last several years, what it really took for me to get into gear, to choose a better path. And there really are two types of change. There's positive change and there's negative change. And I won't talk a lot about negative change because that's relatively easy to do. Most of the time when we find ourselves in a bad place in life, it's because of poor decisions. It's because we've changed not for the better but for the worse. And so I would really just like to spend however much time it takes just kind of going through some of the things that led up to my need for change. And we all have a need for change, no matter how good we feel in life or how good we feel about our life or where we're at in life or in our relationship or professionally or personally. We could all use change in one aspect or another. And there's lots of steps, there's lots of processes. It's different for everybody. I hope maybe some of my experiences, some of my steps, some of my processes can maybe aid or help somebody maybe have a better understanding or maybe just get started. I've experienced a lot of personal and professional tragedies, emotionally, mentally, psychological tragedies in my life before I really had a really solid understanding of change, and those losses have continued to build up to including the recent events of my life. And I realized that if I would have spent a little more time understanding the needs and the wants of those people that were closest to me, those people that I love the most, I may not have had to experience some of those tragedies and losses. But at the same time, those tragedies and losses really help build my philosophy and perspective and mindset and attitude into what it is today. And I really hope that through some of my stories, through some of my experiences, maybe some of you folks won't have to go through that. But usually it takes great loss or the fear of loss before one can really get motivated to want to make changes, because change is tough. It's very difficult, very hard. It requires a lot of focus and discipline and drive, and everybody possesses these things, but not everybody knows how to use these things and how to channel these things and really what they're looking for, or when it comes to you knocking on your door, for you to be able to really take advantage, because it really is life changing. It can be extremely positive. It can take you to brand new places in life that you never really thought was available or even an option or really even out there. So as these videos, this is my first video on YouTube. And I've been wanting to do this for a while, and it's just now come to my attention that it's time. It's time to share some of what I have, and I want to see feedback, and I want to see positivity, and I want to see people building each other up, and hopefully we can help each other, maintain and shoot for something bigger and better. We as a race, as human beings, as a community, we spend a lot of time tearing each other down. And, I just want to spread a really positive message and really help some folks with some stuff that they just may not understand. So I'm going to post probably a lot of videos here in the next few days. Just kind of a kickoff, a startup to perspective and mindset and attitude and philosophy, and really how I started to build those, and things that I've kind of lost, and some of those things were a terrible loss, and some of those things I needed to lose, because even though parts of our life are what makes us who we are, some of those parts of our life, they need to disappear, and they never need to be looked for. They never need to be brought back. They need to stay gone. And some of those things that we really didn't give a second thought to, those are the things that can really change who we are on the inside. It can really change the people we meet every day, the people that are having a hard time, that maybe we don't see that they're having a hard time, to get rid of judgment. And I'm not going to speak politically or religiously on my videos. This is just purely philosophical. And I've come to find that with these changes, I really enjoy talking to other people who are philosophically sound, or talking to people who really aren't philosophically sound, who are lost and who are just looking for some guidance, or looking for that next step, or that first step. That first step's the hardest, and the second step's the second hardest. And as you progress down the path, as you continue to take steps, each step's a little easier. Each step's a little easier. And as you really begin to get a sound footing, and you really start to understand who you want to be, who you want around you, where you want to head, where you've come from, things become clear. And it's a fog. It was a fog for me in the beginning. And so, like I said, I look forward to sharing my stories with y'all. And I'm from the Midwest. But I think my next video, I will share a little bit about who I am, where I've been. I've seen a lot of stuff, so I'm excited. I'm really excited to share with y'all, to hear hopefully some stories that you guys have, or maybe some advice or perspective that I don't have yet. Perspective can come from anywhere, and that's going to be one of my videos on perspective. So until the next one, you guys have a great day, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one.